afternoon everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again for the second of this week's video reviews. And today we're back in Asia. We're in Bangkok and we're at DON MUEANG International Airport, Victor Tango Bravo Delta. This is a payware scenery by Siamflight, and you're looking at version 1.0.1 for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. Download is 365 meg and it installs at 810 meg. Currently available from Sim Market. I'll give you the prices: €21.59, which equates to roughly $23.34 US, or £18.55 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates based on the euro, and they do include tax or VAT at 20%, which of course may vary on which country you're in when you make your purchase. So let's look at some features. We have a detailed domestic and international terminal model with Microsoft Flight Simulator materials, a Royal Thai Air Force Military Terminal 1 and 2, the Royal Thai Air Force Zone buildings and hangars, the South Cargo Terminals, South Private Terminal buildings, the North Service hangars and private jet terminal, the Bhumibol Aduyejev Hospital, custom animated jetways to match the real ones. Sim objects can connect to one jetway per parking space. Runways and taxiways are properly named and connected. Full airport services required. Matches parking gate numbers in both the Civil and Royal Thai Air Force zones. Hand-placed taxiway guidance signs, hand-placed taxiway and runway lights system, taxiway center, taxiway edge, taxiway lead-off, stop bars, etc. Custom ground textures, static objects around the airport, taxiways, aprons and runways to match the real-world airport. So there's a fairly extensive list of features, and as if that's not enough, they also list future updates, which will be more details of static planes and objects around the Royal Thai Air Force and Police Wing Zone, more landmarks around Don Mueang Airport for pilot students, some moderate interior-exterior terminal details to be added. They're also going to animate the train on the dark red line and the Sukhumvit line, which I think would be great if they do that. And they're also open to more suggestions and requests. So another really good developer here who's doing an awful lot and wants to produce updates as well. So there's your introduction and features list. Let's have a look at some history now. So history for you. Don Mueang International Airport, Victor Tango Bravo Delta, is one of two international airports serving the Bangkok metropolitan region, the other one being Suvarnabhumi Airport, Victor Tango Bravo Sierra. Don Mueang Airport is owned by the Royal Thai Air Force and is a public military use facility operated by Airports of Thailand, PCL. Before Suvarnabhumi opened in 2006, Don Mueang was previously known as Bangkok International Airport, being the main gateway into Bangkok in Thailand. The airport is considered to be one of the world's oldest international airports and is Asia's oldest operating airport. It was officially opened as Royal Thai Air Force Base on the 27th of March 1914, although it had been in use earlier than that. Commercial flights began in 1924, making it one of the world's oldest commercial airports. The airport consists of Terminal 1 for international flights and Terminal 2 for domestic flights, which are connected by a unique glass exterior elevated walkway. The airport also featured an exterior walkway connected to the Amari Hotel. The first commercial flight was an arrival by KLM Royal Dutch Airlines. In September 2006, Don Mueang Airport was closed and replaced by the newly opened Suvarnabhumi Airport, before reopening on the 24th of March 2007 after renovations. Since the opening of the new Suvarnabhumi Airport, Don Mueang has become a regional commuter flight hub and a de facto low-cost airline hub. In 2015, it became the world's largest low-cost carrier airport. At the airport's peak, it served most of the traffic for the entire country, with 80 airlines operating 160,000 flights and handling over 38 million passengers and 700,000 tons of cargo in 2004. It was then the 14th busiest airport in the world and the second in Asia by passenger volume. Currently, Don Mueang is the main operating base for Nok Air, Thai Air Asia and Thai Lion Air. On the 16th of March 2012, the government of Thailand under Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra ordered all low-cost chartered and non-connecting flights to relocate to Don Mueang Airport. This ended the single airport policy. Airports of Thailand was ordered to encourage low-cost carriers to shift to Don Mueang to help ease congestion at Suvarnabhumi Airport. As of 2012, Terminal 1 is capable of handling 18.5 million passengers annually. On the 7th of September 2013, Airports of Thailand announced its 3 billion baht, or $84.3 million, renovation to reopen Terminal 2 as early as May 2014. Completion of Terminal 2 in December 2015 increased Don Mueang's passenger capacity to 30 million a year. The third phase of Don Mueang's 36.8 billion baht expansion is scheduled to start in the second half of 2023 and will be completed in 2029. It aims to increase the airport's passenger capacity to 50 million per year. Currently, some 26 airlines use Don Mueang Airport, with over 16 million passengers passing through the airport in 2022. So there you go, that's some history for you. As you can see, Don Mueang has been around quite a long time and was the main sort of international gateway into Bangkok before Suvarnabhumi was then built and replaced it. Essentially a domestic airport, Don Mueang still hosts international flights within the Asia region and is still a very much important and well-used airport in this area in the Far East. So that's history for you. Let's now look at runways. So runways. Don Mueang Airport operates two main runways. Runway 21 right 03 left is the longest, measuring 12,139 feet or 3,700 meters. The shorter runway 21 left 03 right measures 11,483 feet or 3,500 meters. Both runways are constructed from an asphalt concrete mix. The airport lies at an elevation of 9 feet or 2.75 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 7 hours time zone. Now, Thailand does not observe daylight saving time and so is currently 7 hours ahead of the UK. So let's start with runway 21 right, and we're looking down the throat of it now, which features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system version 2, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators on both sides of the runway. And as you can see, it's all as per here. You've got your PAPIs, there's the centerline, there's the touchdown zone markers. Approach lighting is as per the chart, and you've got lead-in strobes as well. Approach options here, well, you have an instrument landing system with Z and Y options, and the ILS is certified to Category 2 low visibility operations. You also have RNP and VOR approach options too. So let's go look at the other end, 03 left. So here we're looking down the throat of runway 03 left, which also has high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system version 2. You also got centerline lighting, of course, and the PAPIs on both sides of the runway. Approach options here, you have a standard instrument landing system this time, still with Z and Y approach options, and you have RNP approach options too. So as you can see, again, the runway is as per the charts, including the lead-in lights, which are again as per the charts there. So let's go look at 21 left. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 21 left, which as per the other runway features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, the standard version this time, and precision approach path indicators. You also have a rather large displaced threshold that you can see in front of you, and the lead-in lights are again as per the main chart. Approach options for this runway include a standard instrument landing system with Z and Y options, and you have RNP and a VOR approach option too. So again, everything as per the chart, pretty much as I would expect. So let's quickly have a last look at this time at runway 03 right, the other end. So here we are looking at 03 right, last of call, and we also have high intensity runway lighting, the high intensity airfield lighting system and the precision approach path indicators. No centerline lights or touchdown zone lighting on this runway. Approach options, you have RNP and VOR approach options only, no ILS at this end. And the approach lighting is as per the chart, the shorter version. So I'm happy to say this airport here is complete in terms of the navigational aids and the runway lighting, everything as per the charts. So really no complaints at all, really pleased with that. So that's it for runways. Let's have a look at the jetways. Okay, jetways, here we are on stand 34 on the international terminal. We're parked, 737-800, we're actually just off the line here. If you look at this shot, we're actually parked on the wrong mark. I spawned straight from the menu and we're parked here on the A310, A300 line, whereas here is the line for the 737. Anyhow, we'll try the jetway and see what happens. So let's try the jetway. Well, it looks good. Right, that looks like it might right be on the door, which is good. Okay, first of all, the jetway looks great. Okay, it's a bit brilliant white, but then okay, it's great. The wheels move really well on this jetway. Again, we've gone into the concrete here with the stairs, but as I said, it happens on quite a lot of things. Let's have a close-up look. So that looks pretty fair actually, considering we're not on the proper mark and we're spawned straight from the menu. That's pretty good, that side. Let's have a look from the other side. And once again it looks quite good from there. So let's go inside the jetway and have a look at the head end and see how that looks. So there's the closed door, and as you can see the bottom part is right up close to the doorway, which is good. The left side looks pretty good as well, doesn't look as though it's actually infringed the aircraft. So as you can see there, it's not bad at all really. There's the right hand side and that looks pretty cool. So let's open the door and see how that action works. Okay, so it's gone through the side of the jetway edge there, unfortunately. That's, as I say, it's probably because we're out of position. It'd be interesting to try it by moving the aircraft onto the 737 stand. But there you can clearly see it's gone through the side, which is a pity. And there's looking at the interior of the jetway from inside the aircraft, and you can see the jetway doors, which look really well done. Very, very nice indeed. So let's retract the jetway. And there you go. Pretty good. No real problems there at all. So as you can see, the jetways look pretty impressive actually. I quite like them, the way they've done. They're pretty impressive. So you need to be aware of where you park the aircraft again to make sure the jetway connects properly. But yeah, not too bad. I've no real complaints about that. It's just a little out of position. So that's it for jetways. Let's get down and dirty to the airport itself proper and have a good look over this piece of scenery product. So that was it for jetways. Now let's have a really good look at this airport and see what we can see. To the left here you can see the raised highway. There's cars going down it, and here you can see the train, which will be animated in a future update. So let's do a tour now airside from south to north. You've got runway 03 left to your right hand side there. And as you can see, quite a bit of detail. Lots of clutter. The ground markings look excellent. They're all as per they should be, as per the charts. here we start to come towards the ramp itself. Fire station down there to the left and a control tower. And I like the detail, it's very, very nicely done. We've got the Thai buses with the purple roofs down there as well. Here's my aircraft parked on 34. And as you can see, all of the aircraft stands really do look great. Plenty of clutter. Various buses and bits and pieces there to the left. Rotating radar dome on the left there too. Let's get down here. We've got some Thai aircraft, A340s by the looks of it. Yep, a couple of A340s parked out there by the hangars, plus some various aircraft there too. Pretty impressive. So let's track back the other way and this time pop landside. Oh, I love the detail on the buildings. A little bit of photo scenery used, but you know it works when you're higher up. There's the roadway, and you can see to the right there is the where the animated train would be. It's a pity they haven't included a static one so you could see, but there we go. So landside's a bit more photoreal. And obviously it's a pity because you've got cars going over and under the roadway, which they probably don't have much control over. So here's landside of the main terminal down there to the left. But notwithstanding the traffic, I mean, this all looks pretty good. Some nice modelling, good car park there on the left. So this is the train station. A quick whiz through there out to the other side. And as we're back landside, again away from the station railway, there's a control tower on the left. I mean, the roads look pretty good. Some of it, there's quite a lot of use of photo scenery, which obviously works the higher up you are. And for most of the pilots coming in here, it really won't be a problem. As we get to the other end here, the road kind of disappears a bit here, which is a pity. You've still got the station there on the right, which again disappears to the right side. So this is the limit of the scenery. So let's cross over to the east side of the airport, where we're going to look at the military area. I mean, I have to say, the sort of terrain modelling, I mean, it fits pretty well apart from the photograph aircraft there to the right hand side we just passed. So runway 03 right there. And some nice buildings. This is the East Apron, part of the GA area. The military area is a little bit further up. Buildings look pretty sort of default here. But it's been done, you know, it's complete. Fire station there on that side. I think that's the VIP building there. Now here you've got some Hercules. This is the military wing of the Royal Thai Air Force. Now just a close-up look at the aircraft, and as you can see, the model is really good. It's pristine, very, very nice model. And we continue north. You can see there's more partially open hangar there, and various buildings associated with it. Well, it's nice. It's nice airport. A couple of helicopters down there too. Okay, so here we are on stand 34, just a close-up look, and as you can see, I mean, it looks really nice. Lots of ground detail, everything right down to the connectors here for the underground fuel system. And you've got the terminal expand here and various open doors and stuff. Various bits of clutter. As you can see, you've got knock air stairs here, so a lot of this is as per the real airport. And some various, so these actually look as though they're off the ground, but there are wheels under there. So as we get close to the terminal, you can see the various buses, Thai Air Asia buses here. Also got the arrivals baggage chute here where the bags are loaded on to go into the terminal. So no internal structure in the terminal as far as I'm aware. So when we go in through those windows, obviously there was no parallaxing on them, and you've got the frontage is obviously missing, but inside, look, this is all prepared for them to complete the internal part. You've got the baggage carousel and the baggage dollies there, and the carousel going into the terminal. So when they decide to do the interior, this needs to be firmed up and they'll do it, and it's all really impressive. Just looking down the road there, I mean, it looks great. There's no complaints at all. And then looking across the stands, taxiway entry points to the stands, all looks pretty good in the daytime. So here's the terminal looking to, from land side. Terminal 2 all looks pretty good. We do need some people and some vehicles, but hopefully maybe that will come in the future update. And there's the airport signage, Terminal 2 domestic terminal there. So here you can see Terminal 2 looking in here. This is ripe for development at some point in the future. It would be really good if they did it. It'd be brilliant. And once again here at Terminal 1 you can see landside is also ripe for development. We need cars and people, but internally this is ready for redevelopment and for additional bits to be added to really make this scenery something special. So we've got some low resolution roads here, but here you can see bits of parallaxing on the windows here. Interesting to see this in the darkness hours. And once again just another look at the other terminal landside. So let's have a look at the control tower. Very nicely modelled, complete with radar dome on the top. And as you can see from this shot, no interior development, but again it's ripe for development. The tower is there and it's been added so it can be built upon. And as you can see, various buildings, just land side of the airport here with bits and pieces on them, the colouring. It all looks pretty impressive. There's a car park there. So here you got the Thai Airways Airbus A340 600s, I believe, looking at those engines. They look to be as though they're 600s, not 340 300s. Nice Thai colours, very nice models. And there you've got the hangars, and a couple of larger hangars there in the other direction. Note the road signs are really clear and very, very nicely done. Would have been nice to see those buses maybe reconfigured for Thai. Don't know if it's possible, but anyway, there you go. So some additional static models there, 737 300s and 400s. I think these are 400s actually. And that looks like a PAC 700. Not sure. There's a, I think that's a Jetstream. I'm not great on some of my aircraft recognition. So that's the approach to runway 21 right. Again, the ground signage is good. You've got your signs in the grass there and the blue airfield edge lights. And just a quick look down here, as you can see, taxiway signage is really clear. And you have the appropriate marker signs as well to the left and the right there, all nicely done. The drainage ditches on the left there, they're photoreal, but they're okay, they work, certainly work. It's impressive, it's very nice. A high-speed exit from the runway. And runway signage, access signage, all looks pretty good. Here's the fire station on the far east side, complete with the access road as well. Again, a nice model, all looks pretty good. And in the other direction, we've got a few more there, so no problems with that. So that was a brief tour of the airport and the buildings and the modelling during the day. Let's lower it, the daylight down to dusk and have a look and see what it looks like. Okay, 5 to 6 in the evening. As you can see, the sun has just disappeared below the horizon. The lights came on about 6 minutes ago, and here you can see we've got this quite impressive tungsten lighting effect. DON MUEANG Airport's been around a long time, and so generally still uses the old tungsten lighting as opposed to the LED, which is why you get this yellowing effect here all over the ramp. There, looking in the other direction, all looks pretty impressive. There you can see the other side where you've got the VIP terminal and the hotel out there to landside. Again, plenty of lighting there for you. And there we are looking across the military hangar with the Hercules all parked outside. Again, lighting's really quite impressive. So here's a high level shot looking towards the south, and you can see the military hangars and airport parts over here. Here you've got the Thai hangars, and further down we've got the stands we just looked at. These are the two runways, one left and right, and you've got the sun setting in the distance. So let's get down to the ramp where I'm parked and have a look at what it looks like close up. We'll start with the view from inside the cockpit. So here's the view from inside the flight deck, and we're on stand 34, and this is what you'll see when you park up at this time of the day. View from the captain's side, and looking out across the first officer's side. As you can see, plenty of ground clutter. Here are the little baggage carts we saw before. Now you can see the wheels underneath. Lighting's pretty good. Very, very low resolution parallaxing here on the windows. As we said before, much of this is ripe for future work, and we're looking forward to that possibility. So a close-up view of the ramp. It's 6 PM now. As you can see, here are the here's the very low resolution sort of parallaxing that's been done on the windows. Stand 34 clearly marked out here, and here are these signs here. As I said before, you need to make sure your aircraft is positioned on the right place for the jetway to connect properly. Here are the underground fuel ground connections there. A close-up view at the end of the jetway there. You can see the jetway actually is very, very nicely modelled. It's not been left to chance, it's actually been modelled. And a close-up look at some of the ramp clutter. Here you can see AirAsia, Nokia Air, and can't quite see what that is. We'll have a close look in a minute, but you can see sort of mobile stairs for each of these different carriers. And there we can see it's Thailand Air, which is quite good. Here's a close-up look at the roadway and the baggage carousels, and again the various carts, different buses for the different airlines. Thailand Airbus there. Road markings are really good, and all in all this looks really nice. Okay, pretty low resolution sort of marking on the windows here and there, as we've discussed, all of which is ripe for improvement. It'd be really impressive to see this parallaxing done at a much higher resolution to give much more of an impression here on the atmosphere on the airport. And there we are looking down the rest of the road there. You know, visually it's great. The atmosphere that's created here is pretty impressive. So we take a slow tour along the stands here at dusk, and you can see the lighting's really nice. It's very subtle. Lots of evidence of this tungsten yellow lighting everywhere. It's very nice. It is very nice. Fire station's lit as well, and you've got lighting the full length of the roads there. We just come out to the taxiway a bit more. It's great, it looks very nice. And looking in the other direction there, you can see the green centre line taxiway lights, which really help. We have more hangars down here, METJETS there, and again you get a good idea of the ground signage and the roadways there, none of which has been left to photo scenery here, which is good. And here's the rest of those hangars. So a quick look at some of the runway taxiway signage and lighting. As you can see, it's quite impressive. It's very, very nicely done indeed. So let's go across the runway to the other side to the GA and military area. And again, it's all pretty nicely done. Runway entrance and exit signage from the military side. And here I quite like the way that the signage reflects onto the grass. So a quick tour of this GA side as we come up towards the military area, just to look at the lighting. Oh, it looks pretty impressive. Mixes in well with the default terrain and buildings on the other side at the edge of the scenery there. Lighting's quite subtle, very, very nicely done. Fire station on this side there has also been nicely lit. Again, low resolution parallaxing on the windows. And here we come to the military apron. It's fine, it looks great. Very nice indeed. So I just wanted a close look at this area. I suspect there might be a VIP building here somewhere, not entirely sure. Let's just get a couple of close-up shots of these buildings. So this is the military air terminal. As you can see, you've got arrivals and departures here. This is where sort of heads of the state and people like that, military side, would come through. The parallaxing looks a little bit better here. As you can see, slightly higher resolution, so you can see inside this better. So here's the rest of this part of the apron. You've got a couple of helicopter landing spots there. And as you can see, this part of the apron here in the extreme sort of north end is the Royal Thai Air Force area. Now we have a couple of helicopters on the pad a little further up there. And here you've got the lagoon, which is right at the other end of the airport, and you can see the reflections on the water there from the street lamps, which is a very nice touch. All about atmosphere here. And there's a nice shot looking back across the airport and various signs there, and again you can see taxiway and ramp signage. All looks pretty good. So we have vehicles crossing the runways from what I can see, but it doesn't look as though they actually travel down the runways, which is cool. So a very quick tour across the central part of the airport here, just so you can see what it looks like at dusk. The subtle lighting and how things are gently lit everywhere. It's just really nice. It's really little or nothing to complain about here, really. Okay, quite a few Asobo globes around, but the lighting has been very well done. I mean, taxiing in, off and on the runways, the taxiways, is going to be pretty easy. It's not really going to be a problem here at all. So here we are, just passing landside there. You can see one of the train stations has been lit. As I say, it's going to look great, I think, when they actually animate the train and maybe improve the inside of the station. Okay, so we're littered a bit with Asobo globes here, and you know, we have the issues here with vehicles going over and below. But to some extent I can overlook that because the scenery isn't yet at its fullest extent. Work is to continue on it, which is a really good thing. So we come down a bit, and here you can see coming up to some of the terminals. Well, the lighting is lovely, it's very subtle, really no complaints at all. It'd be nice to see some of this photoreal replaced with proper 3D modelling. Just brings it out a little bit more. There's the landside walkway to the right that connects the two terminals. Again, that's quite nicely lit. And it's great, it doesn't really offer too much to complain about. Okay, you could argue that perhaps all this development that they talk about with updates should have been done straight away before the product is released. But you know what, it's fine. You've got an eminently usable airport here, beautifully lit, and the promise of more things to come, which is just great. Very nice. As we pass over, we come back to airside here. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see a lot of this low resolution photo scenery, particularly here in the terminal area. I'd like to see it improved and brought up to this 3D standard. And here you've got our Thai hangars and aircraft models. All of this looks really nice. So here we are at night time. As you can see, there's not an awful lot of difference from what we looked at a moment ago. The sun goes down pretty quickly in this part of the world. There we are looking across the aircraft stands, and you can see plenty of ambient lighting. You're not going to have any problems taxiing around at this airport. And it looks quite pleasant, it really does. And there, looking in the other direction, you know, it's great. Really no complaints at all about this. It looks very, very nice. Okay, time to bring the dawn up. Okay, 6:45 AM in the morning, and here you've got the red glow from the sun behind us that lightens up the airport itself. Looking towards the south and looking towards the north, there you can see the lagoons. And there we are looking towards the east, and you've got the military apron below us with the Hercules transport aircraft. Okay, 8 AM and time to give you my thoughts and conclusions. Firstly, let me apologise for the lateness of this review. As you've probably seen from those of you who looked at my posts, I've not been very well. I'm on the road to recovery, but I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I'm going to work to get this out today. What do I think? The airport is a nice addition to the Asia area theatre. You now got 2 airports in Bangkok at least that you can choose from if you've got the other one. Do I think it's worth the money? Well, probably just about. It's probably nearer maybe 19.5, 20 euros, maybe a euro or two below its current price of 21.59. I have to balance a couple of things when I talk about that. Firstly, there has been a lot of work's gone into this, particularly on the dynamic lighting side, and they've included just about every part on the airport, including some really nice aircraft models and some really good stands, all nicely detailed. The ramp details are excellent. This is a fully working modelled airport for Flight Simulator. You're not having any issues with it at all. That said, there is stuff that's missing that supposedly will come in future updates, which I think will be good. Some might argue that perhaps the product should have been released with some more of those updates actually already completed. I don't know much about Siamflight. I don't know if he's a one-man band or if he's a team of developers. If it's a one-man band, well, you can quite rightly argue it's just a lot of work's gone into this for one person. But in any event, I think the overriding factor is you've got a really nice airport, properly modelled to show the other airport, which was formerly the main airport for Bangkok and is now the secondary one for Bangkok. Still has a lot of flights going in and out here. So this scenery is eminently usable. And the military guys haven't been forgotten either. The military side on the right there has been well developed. Your jet jockeys are well catered for, and even helicopter pilots. A lot of destinations within reach of this airport, so if you bought this, you're going to get a lot of use out of it. So the product is eminently usable, and I think in terms of modelling, the modelling is good. So probably it's just about worth the price, maybe a euro and a half or so, a little bit less. But remember, the prices I gave you include VAT and tax. But it's a nice product. It's been well done, well put together, and when a developer comes up with future updates and gives details of those future updates, you know, that's a really good thing, and it marks the developer out as somebody to be watched and to attend to. I'm looking forward to the upgrades to this scenery. Things I'd like to see the control towers developed inside. I'd like to see the low-res parallaxing that we've seen turned into high resolution. It's going to look much better. Even the Royal Thai Air Force area, the arrivals building, the photo parallaxing on that building is much higher, much better, and it looks more real. The lighting is excellent pretty much everywhere you look. It would be great to see the animated train added, and to see the station developed, and some people added as well. Land side of the terminals could be nice, and some various people added would just really top this scenery off. Looks really good. But yeah, available from Sim Market, and it's I think it's nice. I recommend it. I will get some use out of this, and I hope you too will. You will too. So there you are, folks. Bangkok Don Mueang International Airport, mainly a domestic airport now, but with international services within the Asia region. Victor Tango Bravo Delta, payware scenery by Siamflight. Currently this is version 1.0.1 for the PC. Downloads at 365 meg and installs at 810 meg. Currently available from Sim Market for €21.59, which equates to $23.34 US, or £18.55 UK. As ever, US and UK prices are estimates based on the euro, and they do include tax or VAT, which may vary depending on which country you're in when you make your purchase. So at the moment there are sales going on places like Sim Market and the various places like Orbix. They're doing all sorts of discounts now for the Christmas period. This scenery unfortunately isn't one of them yet, but who knows, maybe it'll come out on sale possibly in the January sales. But a lot to recommend it. I like it, and I hope you do too. So once again, I apologise for the way I sound and for the lateness of this review. I've not been well. I'm on the up, and later on we'll talk about ideas for 2024, I'm already planning a round the world tour, some 45 flight sectors, visiting some of the nicest airport sceneries I've seen in various countries and continents around the world. That's going to start in January, and I hope to film some of those visits. So first of all, thanks for joining me, folks, and thanks to all you amazing subscribers. I've reached 1,000, which was my target for this year. I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you that subscribe and that can take the time to comment on my videos. I try to work on improving my videos, and what you guys come out with is a huge help. So I'm going to take the opportunity to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and to our wonderful North American colleagues, happy holidays. Enjoy yourselves, eat yourselves silly and drink yourselves stupid, and have a great time. This is Lee. I will try to continue getting out some videos over the Christmas period, and look forward to January 2024, and VAP Air will be going around the world for the first time. So thanks again, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Merry Christmas and bye bye for now.